exploding. The cucumbers are taller than me. We're stretching them out and getting the tomato clips here and getting them hooked up. There's a lot of that I need to be working on. I did come in here and prune back the leaves, but we are going to harvest our first cucumbers together. Another one. Let's see what I can find on this other side here. This is all lamb's quarter here, and it's kind of like, it's a wild edible that you can forage in the woods, and it tastes like spinach, but I'm just using it for free chicken feed, so I'm watering it and letting it grow in this space. But let's grab a few more cucumbers.
So last we homestead, you guys. Today we're gonna be picking some of our peppers. I got some cucumbers in the bowl store.
Okay, so these were the cucumbers that I just picked, and
Yep.
we've picked 2 already besides these 5. But there are a ton of baby cucumbers growing here. And you can see that our container garden is working out very well. We are going to be picking these spicy Inferno peppers here.
These ones.
Yep, so this is how you pick them. So I like to take them, and you can either twist it at the top or pinch it with your thumb here. And it comes right off. Do you want to try, or do you want me to grab them?
Hold the bowl, please.
Okay, I'll hold the bowl.
There's a butterfly over there.
There is a butterfly in the greenhouse. Okay, pick the peppers, darling. So these are supposed to be, try not to pick any leaves with them. These are supposed to be sweet and spicy. I've never tried them before. We did eat one that had turned bright red. It was on here forever. It was pretty spicy. It didn't taste sweet at all. So
we have to be used to eating spicy stuff.
You like spicy food, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's get all these peppers off of here, I think.
But you know what I really like spicy?
Oh, this one's trying to change colors. Maybe we should let it turn red. I believe it's going to get spicier. I think right now they'll have a little sweetness. So pick one more, because I want to use these in something I'm making.
It's hard. This one's hard to pinch.
Okay. I'll get it here.
That one's yellow.
You're right. That one doesn't want to come off. Well, we'll just pick these ones. That's enough for me to use.
Butterfly.
The only thing that's not doing really well in the greenhouse right now, well, there's a couple things. But the tomatillos, they are struggling here. Now, I do have some tomatillos growing. Oh, Bella's got the butterfly. How beautiful is that?
It's so pretty. Hi.
Hi, little butterfly.
Here's the butterfly, you guys. Isn't she beautiful?
She is beautiful.
I bet she's going to be a thumbnail.
Yep, she is pretty.
You're going to be the thumbnail. Do you know that?
So the tomatillos, they're growing tomatillos, but they don't look super healthy, and they keep falling over. I thought I was overwatering, so now I'm underwatering.
This is my
Now
pet.
Bella has a butterfly as a pet. Now I did end up planting a bunch of lettuce in here because I needed to get it in, and I didn't have enough dirt. The dirt should be all the way to the top. It's going to make it very hard to harvest this. And when you pick lettuce, you know, you always pick from the bottom leaves here. That way it keeps growing. A lot of times I'll pull out this little center. Let me show you. This will be this little heart of a center here. And you want to pull that out so the plant doesn't bolt. Now, after a while, I'll show you my other lettuce. They will start to bolt. This bed, I just planted beets and carrots in for kind of a greenhouse crop, so it'll grow a little faster, hopefully be done in time. We put tires under it so the kiddie pool is up off the ground. That way the holes I put in for the drainage can properly drain. But look at those cucumbers. The variety of these cucumbers is called Munchers, and they're really good. They self-pollinate. I just love these cucumbers. They are from Denali Seeds.
I got her flower.
Oh, are you feeding your butterfly?
No, she's not hungry right now.
Well, we need to pick some lettuce, okay?
You know how you do pick up butterflies, though?
How do you pick up butterflies?
Carefully grab them by their wings and
Yeah.
pluck them like that.
Oh, well, she seems very happy. We're getting ready now to harvest some of our lettuce here. And when I harvest my lettuce, I always pick from the bottom, and I was showing you how I was pinching out the tops. That way it does not bolt and you can continuously pick on it. And that's what I love about lettuce and herbs and collard greens and Swiss chard and kale, is you can eat off of it continuously through the summer. So it's a great thing to grow. So this is the lettuce I got from this spot here. You can tell I tried to pick on the lower leaves. Oh, I cannot wait to see this red romaine grow up. Isn't that beautiful looking? The herbs are thriving. I've also been picking on them as much as I can and dehydrating. I need to come out and get the flowers off of here, off my dill. You can see this dill plant. This is a mammoth dill. It's doing beautifully. And then I have 2 new dills here. Big pots of dill for our fresh salmon we'll be eating on. Look at that winter squash. Those leaves are huge. And the tomatoes. So it's turned into a jungle. I've had to prune the tomatoes a lot to keep the airflow, and they are planted very close together. I would not do that again. That's also something that I would not do again. But they are producing, and they seem to be happy and healthy. So the container gardening for these are working out great. And then here we have a zucchini plant that I've been treating with milk water because the leaves here have had some fungus. And I've cut them. When I first brought this home from the greenhouse, it was covered in fungus. So I cut everything off of it, and I didn't think it would survive. But with some love and attention, it's doing pretty good. Here's the mess. Okay, from planting. The basil is doing beautiful. Very healthy. I have a lot of tops to cut again, and I've got a couple that have rooted that I cut from it, and I need to go ahead and get in the ground. These ones were cuttings here, and they're thriving now. It took them a little while. They went into shock. Don't give up on your plants. They'll grow with some love and attention. So I need to cut these here, probably cut this top. Normally I would just cut it to here, but if I want to root it, I'm going to cut it down the stem to these other leaves here. So I'd take this whole top off, and then I'll have another plant right here. I would just cut it to these leaves here because that would be tall enough to take a clone off of. Oh, I wish you could smell this basil. It smells so good. And the nasturtiums are growing beautifully with it. Okay, let's check out everything else. And I'll show you. So we harvested some cucumbers, the lettuce over there, and I'm going to harvest some more lettuce, at least pick out the center. So the beautiful tomatoes that are growing under here everywhere. Oh, look at this beautiful cluster here of tomatoes. I've got some nasturtiums growing in with them. Another zucchini plant here that's doing pretty good. I didn't think it would survive. Like I said, I brought these home and cut.
Zucchini.
Yes, oh, they're yellow zucchini squash.
So pretty.
They'll be delicious. We've got some more herbs
Oh,
we
one's already
planted
growing.
here.
I can see.
Yeah, they are. They're growing in there, which is awesome. We've got quite a few little pepper plants.
My butterfly friend's very happy.
good. I'm glad. She was a cute butterfly. We've got baby bell peppers. Yes, I should have pulled these when I realized it was growing, because now it's going to put all its attention into that and not get any taller. I probably should pull some of these flowers on this other pepper plant. And so these are some more of my tomatillos. See how they're just not doing very well.
They're a little bit floppy.
Yeah, this is my first year growing tomatillos, so
Ooh,
I'm learning about that and how to grow them. But the tomatoes here, let me stand back and get a good view of these.
Yeah,
Oh, they're beautiful. It's like a tomato jungle here.
Ooh, right,
so there is
strawberry.
constantly pruning.
See the right strawberries right here.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and pull it off and eat it, babe. That's what they're here for.
Well, yeah, the strawberries. Strawberries are delicious.
They are delicious. So there's our cucumbers.
This is a strong one.
These munchers, they are beautiful. Wow. We are going to make some refrigerator pickles right away. So when I pick on my Swiss chard, I try to pull the bottom leaves off first. And the ones that might not look too good, a little beat up, dirty, I'll feed them to the chickens. And I don't need a whole lot. I'm just throwing this in to spread out my taco meat and add some nutrition to our diet, some roughage. So I've got everything on this table I set out in the woods. I like to have a little wash station. I plan on adding a basket. In another video, I'll show you what we plan on doing to make this a really cool setup for washing your vegetables. After you pick them, it's nice to have a wash area. So the cucumbers, wash them off, then soak them in water. I keep them in water so that they stay nice and crisp and fresh. Especially if you pick them on a hot day, it's really important to do that. And same with the lettuce. I'm gonna wash it a couple of times and then I'm gonna put it in a bowl of water, just like the cucumbers here, and let it kind of crispen up. And then I'll take it out of the bowl of water, drain the water off, and I'll put it in some little containers like this, or I will put it in a plastic bag and it'll stay good in the fridge for a week this way. But this way, these don't start to get all kind of dried up and funky on me before I can cut them up and make them into pickles. I'm going to soak them overnight in this water. And the Swiss chard, I just rinsed off, and I am going to use this in our tacos. So I added the Swiss chard to the meat. Get it all mixed up. I even used some of the stem of the Swiss chard. It'll cook down, and nobody will know that you're trying to provide a super nutritious taco. Plus, it's a good way of using up your greens so that your family does eat them, especially if you have kids. Well, someone will know. We've got our pepper over here. I put that in this little pico I'm making. It has got some delicious spice. We're just going to add some cumin and garlic, salt, and some chili powder, and they'll be delicious. This is our beautiful Swiss chard taco. We've got the escabeche that I showed you how to make in my other video to munch on with it. We've got our lettuce from the garden and our hot pepper, and with our tomatoes and onions. So just another way to use up that Swiss chard is put it in your taco meat. Have a beautiful day.